The ability to build strong relationships. So your network is your net worth. But those, not only can they be taught, you can, like an athlete, you can practice and get better and better at them.
Welcome to The Fuel Line, where we explore all things automotive with a focus on mergers and acquisitions. Hi, my name's Fareed Ahmed. I'm the founder and the CEO of DSMA and your favorite podcast host. Each episode, we connect with influential figures that drive the automotive landscape. Let's shift into gear and get started.
Hi, welcome to episode 13 of The Fuel Line. I'm your favorite podcast host, Fareed Ahmed. Today, really excited to introduce you to somebody called Elgie Bright. Elgie Bright is the head of the Automotive division at Northwood University, based in Midland, Michigan. The program is well known for developing leaders who go on to shape the dealership operations, growth, strategy, and even the buy-sell market. With decades of retail automotive experience, LG brings real-world knowledge into a classroom, preparing students to succeed in a fast-changing industry where consolidation, succession, and M&A play an increasingly important role. His philosophy is that great constructors are also lifelong learners, which makes his teaching dynamic, relevant, and impactful. LG, we're honored to have you with us today. We look forward to your perspective on the future of the automotive retail and the role of education in preparing tomorrow's leaders. Welcome to the show.
Let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Sure.
I think what our audience would like to know, LG, is a bit more about you. How did you get started in the car business? How did you end up where you end up in your journey of life? I think the audience would love to know more about you.
Well, I appreciate that. I started in retail automotive when I got out of college. Actually, I'll just back up a little bit. I did a year at Kmart, if any of the audience remembers Kmart. And the reason I bring that up is I met my wife there.
Did you really?
So I was in their automotive program. I worked through college doing oil changes and tire rotations. And but soon after, I went to a dealership. So I started at Art Moran, Pontiac, GMC, Mitsubishi in Southfield, Michigan.
Wow.
And I did that for 10 years. And then 22 years with General Motors, mostly in the field. So field sales, service,
Really?
parts,
Always
finance,
in the
working.
market, LG?
I was in different markets, mostly in the North Central, but I was also in the South Central. So I spent time in Texas. Those were really the only I spent time in the regional office in Naperville, Illinois. Did Detroit a couple of times, and now I've been here for 14 years. So between retail and corporate, and now academics, that has really been my journey. So I get this gray hair, honestly.
Fantastic, my friend. Northwood Institution and University has a reputation for producing great leaders in our industry, both in Canada and the United States. So my question, and I think the audience would most probably really like to know, is what skills and quality are you in trying to instill that you think are the most critical for future dealership leaders, especially as the industry continues to develop and change?
Well, I am really into and try to model relationship building. So the ability to build strong relationships. So personally, your network is your net worth.
Yes.
And so to build people that can speak into your life, that when you talk about trust and transparency, that not only do you hold yourself accountable, but people that you trust that can help hold you accountable, both professionally and personally. So those leadership skills, like relationship building, communication, I don't think those will go out of vogue. I mean,
Yes.
they are still very relevant today. the hard skills and upskilling yourself, yes, you should know about data analytics and collection and, and analysis and Excel
Yes.
and all of the things that are available to you today. But those not only can they be taught, you can, like an athlete, you can practice and get better and better at them.
Yes.
I think you really challenge yourself with those soft skills, and we spend a lot of time on that with the students to say that these things are not going to go out of style. You shaking someone's hand, telling them who you are and where you're from, and what's cool about you, and I think that those are things that at
Yeah.
least that we lean into.
So, LG, you've had decades, and I don't mean to age you here, but you have decades of experience. But tell me, how do you prepare your students for greater classroom success? Again, Northwood produces so many of the greatest automotive leaders. So, your prep must be very interesting, but also
Yes.
real world challenge, right? Like dealership
Yeah.
successionship planning or navigating ownership transition. We're in the M&A world, and
Yes.
we're always encountering that. So maybe you could share a little bit of your thoughts on that, LG.
Well, one of the things is we are really adamant that the students participate in the experiential activities, such as we just put on the world's largest completely free student-run auto show, and
Really?
so watching the students not only participate but lead, and that happens from conception to execution.
Wow.
I mean, they get the cars there. They work with the OEMs and the dealers. They work with the technology companies.
Very.
They plan out the routes, work with logistics and the bus companies, and that kind of real world experience where they can't break anything. I mean, we're there to support them. I think that carries over into their professional lives, and so not only is a resume builder for them, but they really have done it.
Yeah.
And over the course of that time, and we had a beautiful weekend, but over the course of that time, I mean, we might see 50, 60,000 people come out on a great weekend to watch what these students have done
Hey,
year in and year out.
next year, send me some tickets.
For sure. But you're part of the family, so we just tell you what it is, and we'll tell you where the spare bedroom is and where the bottled water is, and you are definitely part of our family, part of our
Thank
network.
you. So let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about the confusion, what's happening in the automotive industry vis-a-vis electric vehicles. Is it going to be a thing? Digital retailing, how dealers are going to have to be much more affluent in such things as AI. I mean, there's a lot you have to get these students prepared for. How are you taking on that challenge?
Well, we're so thankful, so grateful, so blessed that we can call on the thought leaders and subject matter experts at the top of the food chain in automotive. I'm blessed to call many of them. My friend, our friend, just got back from NCM and the David Kane and Clients Workshop, and so many of not only the great sponsors and supporters, but they're also sponsors and supporters of ours,
Right.
SodaCon, and not to mention, everyone that's out there, but Automotive State of the Union has been great supporter, and the people that support them. Now you go to the TEDx roundtable, and all the people that you see on that wonderful show, and then you add that to great things like the NADA,
Yes.
and we have just got a great support network, and so when we talk about AI, when we talk about digital retailing, I can get the best of the best.
That's really
and COVID has taught us that we can do it remotely, and so not only do you have to make that trek 2 hours north of Detroit, but we can bring those great thought leaders, subject matter experts right into the classroom, and we're fortunate
Wow.
that we've been able to do that.
So if I was entering the automotive industry today and I decided that I want to go through the Northwood University, get educated, how would you prepare me for this uncertain future in the industry? Would you recommend I get in the industry? What's your thoughts there?
I do. I mean, and I'm biased. I mean, I
So
drink
am
the Kool-Aid.
So am I.
It's the only, it's the way I've fed my family. So I'm all in.
Yeah.
I believe it's the greatest industry in the world. And I know I compare against other great industries like the hospitality industry, travel and tourism. But the automotive industry is resilient, and dealers are our heroes. And we love the way that they're the center of the community. They employ people, they pay taxes, they support the arts, the first one in with first responders. I know when we were talking offline, we had a horrible tragedy in the Flint area.
Yeah.
Car dealers are the first one to step up. And so we just tell our students in real time that this is a wonderful, wonderful industry. AI will be part of it. Digital retailing will be part of it.
Yes.
There will always be the political influence, whether it's compliance and regulation, whether it's tariff or monetary policy. But the dealers will have something to sell, and they will have something to service, and they will do that better than anyone else.
Couldn't agree.
Better than the manufacturers. And I work for a manufacturer. They will come up with ways
Sure.
to deliver on the customer experience. So I am definitely all in on that. This is a great industry to get into.
So let me ask you a question. If I took you back 21 years
Yes.
and I asked you, what advice would you give LG and what he should do in the next 21 years? What advice would that be? And would you have taken that advice yourself if somebody had given it to you 21 years ago?
Yes, I would. And, it's one of those, if you knew then what you know now.
Right.
But I definitely would have gotten academic credentials sooner, got into the classroom quicker, and began to coach and mentor. This has been an absolute blessing for me to meet the people I've met, to see the students go from like birds in the nest with their open beaks and to trust me, as their advisor, as their coach, as their professor, that I can cheerlead into their lives and tell them that you can do this.
I just love your enthusiasm, LG. I really
I
do.
appreciate it.
I think academics such as yourself need to always have that passion and drive. So let's have some fun now. Tell us
All right.
about your family, and more importantly, for the dealers that are watching this show, what car do you drive and what car do you want next?
Well, I am, because of my General Motors background, I've leaned into my employee benefits, and I've got 3 Chevys in the driveway.
Right.
But the on the bucket list, and then the one that I admire the most out there, just from styling and aspiration, is a '63 Corvette split window. I just think that is a wonderful, wonderful vehicle. I think the story that it tells, the people that it points to, I love that vehicle. My family, I have a beautiful wife that we've been married almost 40 years.
Congratulations.
3 wonderful girls, a son, a dog. The kids are all over the country, so she's my ride and die. We get a chance to go to the conventions.
Wow.
And, our grandson lives in Vegas.
Wow.
So when we're there for NADA, she's off and doing her grandma stuff. But we love to travel. Love jazz music. Just did the Detroit Jazz Festival. Have been to Toronto, done the Toronto Jazz Festival.
Good.
Love to listen to live music. So New Orleans, Memphis, Nashville, those are great places to hang out. But most of my life really does still revolve around the auto industry. I'm in Michigan, and get a chance to working with these students in the summertime. Although I don't take classes, I oversee their internships.
Yes.
As they go out to the different dealerships and technology companies.
Right.
And, so it's been a great existence,
Lovely.
and love what I do.
LG, thank you for being a guest on our 13th episode of The Fuel Line. Really wish you all the very best. I think the students are in great hands with you and your team, and we think you do a great job for the automotive industry. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to meet us on The Fuel Line. Take care, my friend.
Thank you.